Hello. Give me just a second to get everything set up here. This is a surprise stream, so I didn't have everything prepped and ready to go right away. I'm also I'm also trying out some music. Let's see if that enhances the chill vibe a little bit. Let me turn it up just a little bit, I think. Maybe that'll be good. Uh, and we're gonna continue our journey in Eorzea for a little bit. I know there's one more low level dungeon for me to do. I think it's Copperbell Mines, so I figure I'll knock that out and maybe I'm not sure how long it takes from there, but I know Ifrit comes pretty shortly too. Um, so maybe I'll even be able to get that done today. That'd be nice. So yeah, that's the plan. I don't know exactly how long I'll be live for, but probably like 2 or 3 hours, I guess. Um, I just need my controller. Eh. All right. Um, Here we go. All right, I gotta talk to Mother Beyond here. Um, if there are any volume issues, I've turned the game down quite a bit to accommodate the music. Um, so I guess I want to make sure it's all balanced, but I think I tested it a little bit in recordings, and I think it sounds at least okay. Oh, we got this group again. This is Etta, who, if you're familiar with Final Fantasy XIV lore, she becomes a pretty creepy character over time. And it's pretty cool. It'd be hard to realize this the first time you're playing, but like was her party of adventures, and some of the stuff they go through that like leads to her story, and she kind of like starts to like I don't know haunt some places in Eorzea. Like she's central focus of the story of Palace of the Dead, such as it is. And here, like while I've been doing these dungeons, this group I suppose also has, and they've lost permanently one of their friends, I guess, and they're like kind of all blaming it on Etta. So she kind of has a hard road ahead of her to a sad ending, unfortunately. Avir is gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell, and if that ain't every healer's nightmare. He shouldn't have been so hard pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Ah, to the hells with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon. Now we are all Etta. Definitely. And it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. Wow, rude. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by the way, some parting advice, get rid of Avera's head, bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hell you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. Well, ugh. Come on. Like, I sympathize, but, you probably shouldn't be carrying his head around, that's for sure. I'm so sorry, Avera. Please forgive me. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Alright. Yeah, it's her story, I don't necessarily pay attention to like every side story that the game has going on because there's quite a lot. But definitely I think Etta's story is one of the more compelling, I guess. Um because it does take place over such a long period of the game's questing experience. Kind of interesting that it's always kind of sidelined, but it's there, and it's pretty fleshed out. All right, speak with Momodi at the quicksand and Ulda. All right, I think this quest will lead to Copperbell Mines, which is the last of like the 3 opening dungeons. While I'm here, and now that the video is working, if you were here last time, you may remember, if you stopped by, that the video was super scuffed for a while, and so I didn't do a lot of the things I would have because I was trying to like figure that out. So one thing I didn't do was get the Aethernet shards in La Menza or Gridania, so I think I will go ahead and do that now. I know that's not the most exciting part of watching Final Fantasy XIV, just watching someone fumble around town looking for these. But it is a pretty important thing to have. So I guess I ought to take care of it. Yeah, it definitely is. The Edda stuff, like, the creepiest thing with her is, like, once you've done Palace of the Dead, you can see her ghost hanging around the 3 major cities sometimes. Like a really rare chance at nights that it will appear. And there's no attention drawn to it or anything. It's just like a really interesting... I guess you could call it an Easter egg. Yeah, it's weird. Now, I'm enjoying having the music. I don't know if I'm enjoying the bot posting the song title to my chat for every song. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I may try to find a... I know there are other music libraries that you can use, but you can't just play anything. You have to play like specific royalty-free or licensed for Twitch music. So that is part of why I found this and I'm going with this for now. I guess if it becomes like super obnoxious, then you can be like, hey, you'd rather hear the game's music than deal with this, and I would be amenable to that, but I guess just let me know if it bothers anyone in the chat. Open my map and see if there's even card over here. Okay, yeah, there are several. So I'll get the one on the far left, and then I'll come back through, and I think that's all of them in this part of this. So there's a shard all the way out here, but like there's really nothing out here. Like, if you look at the map, like, so the only thing out here is the Botanist Guild, and like, I don't know, like, does it need its own shard? This is already pretty, I don't know. Seems like a waste of taxpayer resources to put a shard way out here. But you know what? I mean, I guess they're not just for me. Presumably people live in Gridania and use these other than the adventure, I guess. One more after this one, at least in this zone. Then I'll grab them in the other part of Gridania. I don't think there's too many. Gridania in general feels like the smallest of the 3 Realm Reborn major cities. Definitely the easiest to get around. Ul'dah can be a little confusing, I think, just because it's large and it has like several like levels, like floors and stuff. But Limsa Laments is definitely the hardest. It's all up and down on bridges, and I very rarely go to Limsa Lamenza for like business purposes, like trying to I guess I've already gotten this one. Um, I'll go to the Aetheryte, and I'll find the other ones from there. Oh, here's something creepy about the Edda sightings. I saw a video one time where a guy was just outside of the map in Gridania, and you could see Edda just kind of standing there out of bounds. Oh no! I don't like that. I don't like that story. I mean, at least it's like better out of bounds than like on top of me. You know, that would be maybe a little more terrifying, but also like just knowing that she's out of bounds, you know, she has the power to like, you know, go beyond the game. And I'm like, sure she's there like waiting to spawn in one of the sighting things, but still, yeah. See, I worry that if she can get out of bounds, can she get out of the TV? That's what I worry about when I hear stories like that. Travel map. Gotta shard down this way. So... Wait, did I find them all? Like, no. I feel like the answer is definitely no. Yeah. Definitely missing one. At least. Weird, because Gridania is only 2 areas. And I definitely went through both of them. Oh, this one. I don't think I got this one. Maybe. I did not. Oh. Alright, and that is all of them for Gridania. I know my quest... Well, my quest has to go to Ul'dah, so I'll do that. The next quest I go that sends me to Limsa Lominsa, I will take care of this. Teleport. Ul'dah. Trying to get to. I will use an A3 ticket. The bot is a little bit annoying me. I think I'll leave it for now. I don't want to mess with too much stream stuff like while I'm playing, but for the next time, I think I will try and figure out a different solution for playing music. But you know, I don't think I'll use music all the time, anyways. I think it's mostly like field use. Has there been the beneficiary of some good fortune may not be sharing it? That might be an event. I haven't really kept up with the game's events recently. I kind of wasn't playing for a while. But as I was saying, I'll probably only like use music for the 14 streams, just because I think there's sometimes some downtime when it comes to just like walking from one place to the next, and I think music kind of helps even things out a little bit, I guess. But when I'm playing something a little more action or story oriented, like when I play Returnal tomorrow, which I hope anyone who's interested in that will tune in for. Definitely, like, it's fast paced. You kind of need to hear what's going on in that one, so probably less of an issue there anyway. I'll be playing Mass Effect later in the week, like on Thursday, and definitely that's story focused, and the music's good anyways. So, and that's not to imply that the music in 14 isn't good. It's just like not always, there, like when you're in town or when you're out adventuring or when you're fighting, there's just not a lot of consistency to it, I guess. So like maybe with the background lo-fi vibes going on, there's like a through line here, maybe. That's kind of what I'm thinking. All right. So let's see what Momodi's got for us. Oh, hey, it's Papa Sean again. Love this guy. petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amagina Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. Alright, let's do it. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Hecaton Share. Alas, no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, my lady. The people of that age used the Hecaton Shares to work their mines. By way of enchanted homes, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecaton Shares, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost level, so it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rise in demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep into the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be something. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. The task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. Alright, you got it. I do just want to, maybe, break down the politics of such a mission. The brief little history lesson they gave was that 300 years ago, some group of people enslaved this species and made them miners. Literally put magical helmets on their heads that made them slaves. And then when they found a way to rebel, they were buried in the mine, never to be seen again. And now that they have broken free from the mine and are angry about it because they were enslaved and then, buried underground for 300 years, now we're just gonna kill them. So thinking about it in those terms, I don't know if I would personally be comfortable with the dynamics of what my character is doing here, but she's agreed to it, so I guess we're at her whim. But it, just thinking about what exactly is going on does make me scratch my head a little bit there. As a goblin, I sort of sympathize with the Hecaton Shares, I think, a little bit, because a lot of times goblins aren't necessarily, treated as well as, they should be, just on account that they're, considered a monster, But, we have feelings too, They're not all monsters, and, if some goblins are monsters, you gotta think about how they got there. What happened in their lives to make them that way? But, when I guess if the situation is to where, there's no negotiating, then I guess it is what it is. Or if I'm bringing the mood down. It just got me thinking, it got me thinking a little bit. That's alright, we're not here to think. We're here to punch things. We're here to punch and kick things. Until we're level 30, and then we can punch and kick things more skillfully. Yeah. Did I speak with Painted Mesa? Did I skip where I needed to go? Travel. Yeah. Wait. Is she over here? Yeah, hold on. I might have skipped. I might have actually walked right past the. It was back in Ul'dah. I had to do something there first, I guess. Whoops. Walked all the way out here for no reason. Oh, and I think I just realized that I didn't update my title information for Twitch from the last time. I mean, I'm playing the same game, so not a big deal, but anyways. Alright, let's see where this NPC is, and if they were like literally right next to me where I was. I think they were, and I just must have walked right past them. Okay, yep, they were right here. Yes, I'm going to Copperbell, I gotcha. Alright, speak with Stone Torch before Copperbell Mine. Alright, now here we go. This is what I kind of mean when I say Ul'dah's a little bit confusing. Like, even just for the Adventurers Guild, there's like 3 exits in and out that go to different parts of the city. And like, while that's certainly useful, if you compare it to Gridania, the Adventurers Guild is really small. There's not a lot else near it that you would need to get to. But yeah, it's just a little trickier to navigate the other cities than it is for Gridania. Alright. I guess I could have probably teleported to Horizon and made my walk a little quicker, but you know, I like the scenic route, I guess. Even though I literally just did this walk a couple seconds ago because I'm dumb. Now I'm almost back. Then we can do the dungeon proper. Couple people here. I wonder if this gladiator here is also here to do Copperbell. If so, maybe I can convince them to group up with me. That'd be nice. See what they're doing. Looks like they're gathering. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not here for. Could be doing a leave or something. Copperbell Mine's now accessible. Level. That's a minion. For Corley Hua. Targeting's difficult. Oh yeah, they're not high enough level to the dungeon yet. Maybe this white region? Oh, we got a tank and healer group here. Let me see if I can how do I talk in talk? Command. They just popped up. They could be they could have just come out of the we'll see. I don't see that they're in queue. Hello. There, buddy? Might be okay. He may have don't know. I guess I'll just um got a Arcanist here. I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous to just like randomly invite somebody. Oh, got a little bit of action here. Let's see. They looking for a party? Okay, well, guess that's that. I'll just queue for it like normal. So I'll queue for it, and then hopefully I'll get in it pretty quick. And then I'll also queue for a leveling roulette, which will just give me one of the 3 dungeons again. But I'll continue on with my questing at that point. Unfortunately, like right now, I kind of just have to like do the quests, like do the dungeons to progress past this point in the story. Oh hey, Zephyrius, what are you up to? Thanks for coming as always. I always appreciate the support. Wait, oh wait, to do the dungeon? Okay, let me get out of it. And I'll see you. Okay, you'll jump on, cool. Now, oh hey! We got a little party going on here. Welcome. I think, we're about to do a dungeon here. I am on... My server's called Excalibur. Do you have a character on Excalibur randomly? That would be a coincidence. Well, you can see my name here. If you can, maybe world visit, I guess, or something like that. But it would definitely be fun to do a dungeon with somebody. In the meantime, I'll just wait. I'll just be in a holding pattern here, I guess. Could be able to world visit, okay. Let me know. I guess I could maybe meet in Eldar. Well, I guess it doesn't matter very much. Also, like I was trying to get opinions on like whether the music is like, I don't know, whether it's good, it isn't really necessary. If the chatbot that puts the name of every song in the chat is annoying, and the music isn't worth it for that reason. I was trying to like collect some opinions on that. But I'm not quite sure how I feel about it just yet. It's a link to the song on the website that I'm playing the music from. So like a little bit of like it's weird, I guess. Yeah, and like Twitch is Twitch has gotten strict about like music lately, the same way like YouTube has been, and so like to be able to play music on your stream, you have to play like music that's licensed for Twitch. No, it's not. It's not. It's not ads. It's like from the site I'm using for music. I mean, I guess in the sense it is an ad, but it's nothing nothing like malicious so far. But I'm thinking like either maybe I don't really need the music, or at least maybe there's a better solution for it for in the future. Anyways, let me know how the how if you're able to get set up in 14 or not. Okay, well, you can see my character name here, so maybe try adding me. Aha! Okay, I got the request. I just need to get over there. Nice. Okay, cool. Yes. Aha! Good. Alright, so if you want to queue us for Copper Bell and then leveling, that'd be cool. Ah, my cat keeps jumping on my desk. Surprisingly, still not an instant queue with the tank. It's a healer holding us up. Oh, there we go. Just had to speak it into existence. There's actually quite a lot of people just running around in this little corner of the world for some reason. You know what? You know what I remembered? I was originally going to roll on a different data center because someone had asked me to make a character on Balmung. But for one, Balmung was always closed anytime I tried. And two, I didn't really hear back much from that person, so I ended up making a character here. So I think, okay, yeah, anyways. It's all sorted out, and we're able to play together, so that's good. That's what's good at the end of the day. Alright, party, and then auto-translate. Sort of relying on the auto-translate for all of my chat needs for the moment. I think using the chat is sort of the most difficult part of playing this on console. So far, like, playing the game itself seems to, you know, like, definitely it's an adjustment, but, like, a manageable one. Like, being able to, like, chat in a useful time frame, that's gonna be the hard thing to learn, I think. Interesting that it's like all novices. And actually a lot of my parties have been like that. Oh no, you jumped out! He jumped out! He jumped out of the elevator! Okay, let's send it back up. We're jumping a little too crazily there. Come on. Alright. Back on track, no big deal. I guess, I said it was all novices. We're all Sprout, but that doesn't necessarily mean all novices, because they could be people like me who have played the game before, but just happen to be playing new characters. I get, that is also a possibility. Either way, glad to be doing a dungeon, glad to have gotten a quick queue. I do think this is like one of the fun parts about playing an MMO and streaming it. It's like it does open up opportunities to play with viewers. So that's fun, and if it's something that could keep happening, that'd be cool. Especially once you get to the end of the game and there's raids and stuff to do. Definitely something I would be interested in doing more of. Buff up here. My rotation may be fairly simple at this level, but I'm still going to do it to the utmost of my ability. Side and side some. Repeat. I want to kill him. I want to kill him. I hope his aggro doesn't reset. Okay, good. Apply my buff and hit him from the flank. Alright, nice. So I think, I don't know why, I never really played Monk before, but it doesn't, it seems fairly, straightforward. Especially compared to a Ninja, which is what I'm used to playing. Of course, I'm saying it's straightforward, but I'm like level, 20-something right now, so I haven't really, gotten to where, it wouldn't be straightforward yet, to where it would be a little more, intense or whatever. Punch. Can we all just take a second to appreciate the tank's clamor, by the way? That's very important. Got that drip, Alright. Good second. It's now time for a fight, like a boss fight that's not really a boss fight. Just punch a bunch of enemies and they're all really weak. Hold up. Let me just type this out actually. How do I... L O L. All right, round 2. Now we get the bombs. Still aren't really a big deal. But, you know, at least it's something different to punch. That has value. Well, if I had to wake up every day and punch the same thing over and over again, life would probably get pretty dull. If if it went for like level scaling game, where like you scale down to the dungeon you're in, white mages would just like make this fight so trivial with holy. It's like they could honestly just like probably wipe out each wave in one cast of holy. I mean, really, anyone would make it trivial, really, but I don't know. A white mage just seems like it would be particularly useful. All right, get the key. Grab the treasure because I actually need this gear. I already have those mitts though, so don't actually need this gear. Maybe I'll get the earrings. Actually, you know what? I don't think I actually need the earrings either because I have the aetherite here. So, well, I guess I have them now. Oh well. I always forget that I have that aetherite earring and that it like basically levels with you. Excuse me. Did I just limit break this guy? I'm gonna do it. He had it coming. Like, you know, part of the reason is because like there really aren't bosses worth limit breaking in this dungeon until the last one. Like the second boss, you don't need it for because it just like splits up into a bunch of. It's like gimmicky, I guess is the best way to put it. So I figure we'll have enough time to get a limit break by the time we get to the actual last boss of the dungeon. And if we don't, I'll say oops, and it won't be a big deal anyway. Um, Plundered goggles. I have those. I think like the only thing I'm really missing from this like low-level dungeon set are the actual weapons for a pugilist at this point. And the boots. I think boots I could use. Boots and legs. And I'm actually not sure if those pieces like properly exist at this level. I guess I gotta hit the switch. For a long time. Alright. The tank kit take care of that. Is what he's doing. So we shouldn't really have to worry about too much here. This fight can be a little bit annoying if nobody knows what they're doing. And like nobody's hitting the switch and they don't know that they need to bait the bomb and make it explode on the boss. Also, like mechanics like this don't really exist later in the game's life, really, as far as I can remember. So like it is a little weird that you have to do this, but you could definitely tell, like going back to A Realm Reborn after you played later content, that they were just sort of like trying stuff out and seeing what would work and what wouldn't. Uh, oh, I would probably put this under the what doesn't category for the most part, but it's fine. It's not like it's hard to do. It's just you tried. You tried to rampart the boss the blasting cap. I appreciate the effort. Unfortunately, you would have to hallowed ground, I think. I think you would have to have hallowed ground to be able to pull off that maneuver for real. Tabard, again, I have the tabard. Quit giving me the things I have. One thing I really wish I had was any AoE skill. And you know what? I bet if I were to go do my class quest, I bet I'd get one. But I've been kind of ignoring it, and I'm a little bit over leveled anyway. Um, so yeah, I think I need to definitely maybe make that a priority. Maybe once I hit 25, I think I'm actually pretty close to that. And then I'll just go knock out, the level 20 and 25 quests back to back. Because this not having any AoE abilities is, it's for the birds. Uh, but, other than, some shenanigans, uh, this is a fine run. And I will say, like, until it didn't work, I was sure. I was like, oh, he used Rampart, he's gonna survive it. That's a good idea. Up until the point where it was not a good idea. I think there's actually a chest back. I don't know if there's like anything good in it whatsoever. Plundered, curious. I agreed on that. Maybe I'll level a gladiator for myself at some point. Sure, I'll skip. I guess I could have watched it, because that person was watching it as well. That's alright. I've always kind of liked this healer chest. Even though it is one of the lower level ones, I think it just looks really nice and can put a lot of parts together that go with it. I actually think this like very early level 15 dungeon set is it's a pretty nice set. Compared to some of the gear you get between now and like level 50, for example. And okay, yeah, we definitely will get a limit break. I'll just go ahead and slam him with that too. Because we might have saved up a level 2. Actually, I doubt we would have gotten a level 2, even had I not used it early. I'm not just saying that to justify my use of the limit break on a random enemy. I really don't know if we would have gotten a level 2. It's pretty rare to get to charge up that much LB this early in these early dungeons. Looks like our other DPS does not know that you just generally just burn the boss. And also, it looks like I'm doing my a couple of my positionals wrong. That's all right. I can fix that going forward. I gotta remember that it's back to the rear every time I begin a new combo. Like that's always the first one. And then the second hit may be different, and then the last hit's always flank. So that's like the basic pattern for now. Right, nice. Easy peasy. I also think the auto piece that the game gives you, because nowadays dungeons automatically give you a piece of gear. I think it gave me the boots that I was missing. So that's nice. Those are Acolyte's boots. I do wish my weapon had dropped. Armory chest. And equip these boots really quick. Nice. Oh, let me con somebody. I guess I will con. Oh well, they left already. Oh well, I was gonna con one of them. All right. Definitely thank you for the queue. If you also wanted to run leveling roulette, I would also do that with you. It would only be one of the first 3 dungeons again. But I think it would definitely get me to level 25, and then I could hit up my class quest from there. So that would be helpful. And then from there, it's just more cruising through the main scenario for me. Oh, we got another person. Let me also add them as a friend. And just to let the secret out a little bit, these are people I used to play with on my main. Not that it was really a secret, but that's yeah, okay. Go to my party menu. Party members. Let me add subcommand and friend request. Nice. Well, this next run ought to be really smooth, because we're 3/4 of the whole group. And I will actually go ahead and return to Ul'dah, just so I am prepared. Prepared to pick up my my job quest. Yeah, let me look at my actions and traits, because I haven't gotten any new skills for a while, and I think that's because I've been sort of ignoring my job quests. Okay, well no, the next one wouldn't have been till 26 anyways, with Arms of the Destroyer, and that's my first AOE skill. So, your nutritionist was on, your party leader. Oh, I guess they were maybe fixing their class. Let's see where these people are. I can see their names and classes and stuff, so we must be around the same area. Oh, here we go. The Zachary switched to Gunbreaker. Scholar, okay. I do eat. Maybe I can just target. Ah, well, Time to go. Alright. Like I said, doing anything with the game's menus is definitely the hardest thing to figure out for me right now. Playing it on controller. Which one did we get? Tamtara? Midris Yang. That's of some character. Sounds familiar. They're a samurai, which means they've leveled up at least a decent amount. I think you have to be level 60 and like unlock samurai. Like we're gonna be schmoving right on along through this one. Oh yeah, we are big time schmoving. Hopefully, I know the Gunbreaker has their AoE. Hopefully Samurai does as well. Unfortunately, I do not. I'm just gonna be punching my little heart out at these guys one at a time. This is going really quickly, which is nice. I should hit level 25 pretty soon. That much closer to Monk. It would be kind of cool if I could unlock Monk before the next time I stream the game again. But I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen necessarily. Maybe it's more realistic that like the time I stream the game, like getting to Monk will be the goal. Yeah, I think that's probably what I will have to do. But still. Honestly, I did not, I definitely didn't realize, like, how quickly, you will outlevel the, main scenario in A Realm Reborn now. I feel like when I, first leveled my character, my original character, when A Realm Reborn came out, that it was, not really that way. You had to do more of the side quests, you had to do more of the fates and stuff. But I mean, that makes sense because that's kind of how all MMOs are. The leveling experience tends to get like truncated over time, I guess, which is ultimately a good thing. Because it would like one of the hardest things about getting new players into MMOs, I feel, is like, oh, you have to level all the way up to get to where you can play with your friends, or even just like do the quote unquote real game, like the end game. And so like having to painstakingly go through everything the game has ever offered in terms of content is a kind of a big ask in this day and age, when there's like so many like not necessarily equivalent, but like other things you could be playing, that are like online and playing with other people. And yeah, so it's I mean, it's good that the leveling experience isn't like the exact one that it was when the game started, especially because you still have to level through the current expansion whenever you get there, or whenever it comes out, if you're already at max level. Anyways. Hard to keep up here. sort of like losing track of who I'm fighting in this larger group. I was trying to use my abilities, but I guess I wasn't in range of the one that I was targeting. Um, so nothing was happening for a second. Alright. I am hoping that this dungeon will drop the weapons for a pugilist. Even though I probably kind of outleveled them at this point. It would still, like, my gear would be higher than, like, the questing I'd be doing for a little while. Because I've also kind of left the main quest behind in terms of content, I think. Like, in terms of my level, rather. I don't need any of that. It is nice, like, playing with, you know, a group of people. Like, not that I hate playing with, like, other sprouts who are, like, brand new to the game. But especially, like, while I'm learning how to, like, use the controls effectively, it is nice to just be going through these early dungeons with some people who like already, you know what they're doing. It helps me have some time to figure out what I'm doing when everyone else knows what they're doing. Here. I hope eventually I have this like damage up buff that's like 15 seconds long. I hope eventually that gets extended, or that, I don't know. It seems like I don't know. I guess I'm just alternating between two combos with it, so like it's not really a problem. But like, I guess that what I'm saying is I hope that mechanic gets a little deeper as I level the class more. Like, either there's a little more complication to it, or there's some way to like extend it other than just reapplying it with that one combo. Let me punch this. And very soon we will be at the boss. I do think that that Gunbreaker is still like the coolest looking tank to me, and their weapons are definitely the best as far as all the tanks go. Like I don't know. I kind of have I guess it's kind of a tie between Paladin and Gunbreaker for me, but Gunbreakers have a little bit more swag, I think, especially with their animations. Meanwhile, Warriors just like 90% of their yeah, Gunbreaker looks cooler, yeah. You know, like in the like, yeah, like the like, I think like a Paladin is cool, like the holy skills and stuff. Like as far as like coolness, and then like, you know, being a guy and looking edgy and that kind of thing, Gunbreaker is definitely that flavor of cool a lot more. And you know, that does speak to my heart in some ways. I hit the button. Skip. Read that. We beat up this guy. Guess I will, there's like a couple more times where he goes invulnerable. I guess I will do the limit break, maybe after the third time. I think that's the last time, and I don't know if you could actually kill him before that point anyway. So I'd hate for it to, like, I don't know, let it break him, and then there's still, like, more fight to go, I guess. I would just feel like some of the damage was wasted if that happened. My cat has taken interest in the happenings on screen. All right, kill these two guys, and then we'll limit break the boss. Okay, there we go. I had to make sure I was targeting the right person. And there was the skirt, which I got automatically. So I guess I have this full set now, which, you know, that's nice. Calm, the only person here. Plundered plate belt. I don't need that. I guess I'll read. I already have them. Okay, I'll pass and pass. Armored vest. And then I'll equip these. Alright, well, that's the full Foe Strikers set. Thank you for helping me with these queues. I really appreciate it. I may call on you again in the future. Oh, and I'm level 26, which means I did get my AoE ability. Unfortunately, 2 seconds too late. But we'll have it in the future. I see we are dueling now. To see who the better fist fighter is. Unfortunately, I think it's a duel that I will lose for the moment. I'm not even a bona fide monk yet. Let's see. One thing I will do is I will probably sort out these skills a little bit. I know sooner or later I'll have to get my actual other hotbar set up. Because this won't be enough abilities, but I'll probably wait till I actually unlock monk to do that. A faint can also go on the other bar. Put it there. I'll leave what is that? Arm of the Destroyer. I'll leave that where it is for now. All right. Well, that's definitely some pretty flashy stuff. I'm looking forward to when I can do a little bit more of it. Wander. Oh, I guess that's because they're from other servers. Oh, and I just realized I think I got the player commendation from that last dungeon. That's nice. All right. Let me. I wish I could. It's emote. Here we go. Oh, social emotes. Let me bow and wave goodbye. Get on with these class quests, just so I don't. Okay. Thank you for stopping by the stream, and thank you for helping me do dungeons. Um. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and knock these. Otherwise, they'll just keep building up, and then I'll have like 20 to do by the time I'm level 80. Trying to think of like what might be a good stopping point for like the story. I know it's not too long before I fight it, so we're Camp Dryboat. So that's Blackbrush Station and Central Fanland. So I will go to Central Thanaland and I guess walk to Camp Drybone from there. Yeah, maybe either doing Ifrit or joining a Grand Company, whichever comes first, might be a good stopping point. And that would make this maybe a short and sweet stream, but I think that's fine. It was sort of unplanned to begin with. I know I've already said it a few times while streaming the game, but I'm definitely looking forward to the day that I can ride a mount again. I should maybe be teleporting around more. I'm trying to like save my little bit of gil, but I have these Aetheryte tickets, and I guess I might as well use them. We'll say that even though I know it won't last long, it is nice to see this like solid wall of green. Like I know eventually I'll probably have to replace this gear with like normal quality gear that's higher level. But for now, it's nice to have like a good like set of gear that I can rely on, I guess. Or at least to not have to think about it for a little while. That's probably a bet. I will say, even though like I have some concerns over the music bot being in chat, like that's not my favorite thing. I think it's a little bit distracting for me, and definitely I feel like it's distracting for viewers. That said, I am kind of digging the jams. Um, like I'm enjoying the vibe of the. Say that much. Especially this one. Went right to my soul. But again, let me know if you guys have any concerns about it. I've got a hunting log thing here. I guess I'll knock these guys out real quick. I haven't really been going out of my way to do the hunting log, but you know, at least when they're right in front of my face, I guess I can take care of. Like I need. How much damage this does? Not really sure if like just fighting them regularly would maybe be better, like one at a time. Oh, just say. Maybe I think if I remember correctly, the rule of thumb is like fighting 3 targets is when AOE abilities generally become worth it. So, and I guess I'll just stick with that as a guideline. Who's this guy here? Level 71 monk. What kind of? Right on. And then he's Tonfus. Oh, those are pretty nice. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Though I will say my favorite monk weapons, and sort of like the reason I've always kind of wanted to play monk, but never have done it. But there are some really nice looking monk weapons that are just like gauntlets that go around your fists and aren't like too flashy or whatever. And like, I feel like I'm like maybe the opposite of most MMO players. But like, I like that. It looks like something that you could like kind of use in a real fight, which is appealing to me. And doesn't look like too fantasy and crazy. And like I appreciate that people really love some of those crazy fantasy weapons. And occasionally one will like speak to me as well. But for the most part, I like something that's a little more low key. Um, and definitely once I'm like higher level and can visit some of the different areas, I will make sure to show you some of the ones that I like, or at least put them in a cool glamour. I really, that's one thing I miss being able to do that I can't yet, is just to glamour my character. All right, let's beat up these hornet clouds. Ooh, shine. Okay, only one this time. Or was there another one? That's a different thing. Is he part of this quest? Interesting. Uh, he spawned so far down below that it kind of seemed like he was unrelated, but he did have the quest marker. But Moonshine. I keep forgetting that I have to do that. Whew. Present the Hornet Sneakers to Haman. I will return. The one thing I do like about well, not the only thing, but one thing that's nice about the Pugilist Guild is that it's positioned directly across from the Aetherite in Ul'dah, so it makes returning from class quests pretty easy. And, it's the small conveniences that really add up for playing an MMO in general, I guess. What? About to fall out of my chair. Okay, all right. This duty, and we'll have one more job quest to do. Um, I'm fighting the guild master. Guess we're trying to get him back on his feet. And I should switch to my abilities. Don't worry, Hamon. You'll be back to fighting shape in no time. Oh, level 4? He's leveling up pretty fast. Definitely taking a few more hits this time.
I guess we all have future pants. They're pants we're going to wear tomorrow. And the next day. And the day.
I'm not sure what this voice clip is. I feel like it can't be from something, because as far as I know, this music is like... doesn't sample anything copyrighted. I think that's the case. If I get a DMCA strike using this playlist, I'll be very upset, because that's kind of the whole point of it. Alright, level 8. He is really moving up through these tiers. He's much tougher than a normal level 8 enemy would be. I also feel like he just got bigger. Like, it looks like he bulked up a little bit. Okay, duty complete. Let's see what my guildmates have to say here. Oh, well, he's excited. I liked his little dance. Gods, I haven't felt this invigorated since forever. When I'm fighting you, it's as though I'm fighting my younger self. Mayhap there's still hope for these old bones. I'll make my comeback yet. See if I don't. Oh, we got this joke again. Just typical, you know, bad guy jerk dialogue so far. This song, in case you were curious, is called Future Pants. I don't mean to put undue pressure on you, but the fate of the guild rests upon your shoulders. Thank you. Thank you, Master Haman. Listen to me, Chichito. I know I can do this. I just need Rock to keep getting stronger as she's been doing so far. Fighting her reminds me of who I used to be. I'm confident I can be that man again. I will get new weapons. That's nice. I don't think any of this stuff will be better than what I have equipped from the dungeon. It's definitely not. I'll just take the bronze pieces. And always use more gil. And I'll go ahead and do the next one right now. Now this stuff is a little better. so we'll probably replace something once I complete this quest. Let me go ahead and equip those other fist weapons that I got. And speak with Chichudo. Beat Chichudo at Little Alameda. I don't remember exactly where that is. Let me make sure I haven't missed any chants, but no, it looks like we're good there. Okay. Journal. Again connects from Central Thanaland, so I'll hoof it again. I do like all the Realm Reborn areas, but just because I haven't actually been through them for a long time, other than just like teleporting around, I am having to relearn where some of the stuff is. I believe I go this way. Excuse me. All right. Right over here is where my next quest is. Level 25 stuff, and while I am around that level, my gear is not necessarily. So I probably will not linger here for too long. Doing so could be a little bit hazardous to my health, I think. But I will pick up the Aetherite. What is going on here? That's not right. But I'm gonna screenshot it. the pompadour. I appreciate that it's in the game for the memes, but I could never bring myself to make a character that uses a pompadour. That has a pompadour for hair. I don't see it out in the wild very much either, which is kind of why I felt it was a special occasion. All right, what do you got for me? I've been waiting for you. Today your training will be to prepare for Master Hermon's training. I brought with me a set of striking dummies, and I want you to deploy them at certain locations. Lest you think this task to be drudgery, the locations are rife with peril. Your skills will most certainly be put to the test. By way of advice, Fists of Earth will avail you best if you must approach dangers. Employ it well, and you will have nothing to fear. Off with you now, Brock. Go set up those striking dummies. I shall await your return. All right. And let's like best route. So there's one back here. Guess I'll go ahead and take care of that one, and then maybe I will. I guess it's inside, and then maybe I will go south and do them from bottom to top. I think that makes sense in my mind. All right, here we go. I am kind of wondering, since this is a level 25 quest, and I think my main scenario quest is, let me see, a level 17 quest. I'm wondering if, like, normally I would have already had a Chocobo to do these more of this traveling that I'm doing, like exploring farther away from the cities. Um, but I'm here now, so I guess if I get killed immediately, maybe we'll have an answer to the question there. I kind of wish I could just stealth the way a rogue can. I will say I always enjoy leveling rogues in games. And a ninja was my main when I played 14 before. I do have a level 80 ninja on one of the servers. Um, I always enjoy leveling a rogue or a ninja, whatever thief in some games, because I appreciate that you can just, skip any enemies that you don't need to fight. Like purely on the logistical level of it makes makes quest less tedious because you don't necessarily have to do anything beyond the exact number of things you have to kill or whatever. It's really nice. I briefly, last time I streamed this, I went to the Rogues Guild and talked to the NPC, and I very briefly considered just leveling it again. But I've done it before. I want a little bit of a different experience, at least for now. Can't say I'll never go back to my old ways, but at least for now, I would like to experience everything that the monk has to offer. So I think this character she looks like a monk. Looks very, I don't know. There's something about it. It's a good match to me. Maybe a better way to put it is not necessarily that she looks like a monk, but she definitely looks like someone who would punch the crap out of you. And you know what? That's basically the same thing. She looks like someone who's definitely down to scrap. And I think I maybe went the wrong way. This might be back here. Someone was on a Magitech Walker map, I think, is what that was. I'm trying to think what the actual name for it is, but hey, big man. The Sepulcher. And these guys are definitely 28. Oh gosh. This is the end of our hero. Oh gosh. Oh no, and I did not set my aetheryte in this area. Can I get out? Oh gosh. There's a lot between me and let me just no. Let me do it. Did I get it done? No. No. All right. Well, I guess I will. Shoot. I was hoping I could just get this done. So I think I can teleport back there. And sprint there really quickly. Run past any of the enemies. Because I was almost able to do it. And at least that way, if I die again, the objective will be completed, which is the most important thing. I really, I was surprised. I didn't expect him to get me there. Is this all better than what I have? Strength, dexterity, vitality, determination. It is a little bit better. Because I was so excited to get the full set of this dungeon gear, and it ended up not really I guess just because I'm so high level compared to the level of the stuff I was doing for those dungeons that well, it became irrelevant quickly. I should really, like, based on my level, I probably should have done the next few dungeons. Trying to think, there's definitely one at 24 and probably one at 20 as well. But oh well. I at least want to try and get this done because I've started it, and I don't know, once I've started something, it's hard to not want to finish it. And you know what? It's good content. It's good content. That's my excuse now. If I get killed 10 times trying to do this one quest objective, um it was for the meme. It was for the viewers. That's what I'll say when they catch me. And ask me why. So you see, if it weren't for like these two guys being right here, I think it would be okay. Like maybe I could take out one guy. Yeah, I think I can take out one guy. I stunned him a little bit. And I also do have a self-heal. I need to remember that. I guess I need to lean on roll skills a little bit more while I'm leveling. This part is hard too. Maybe if that guy walks away, I in here. All right. Nice. Okay. Pretty good. Yeah, I just had to be a little more methodical about it. I just have to go back to the camp in this area. Gotta adjust. All right, that really wasn't too bad. I was a little bit worried about the amount of enemies in there, but I really only had to fight one once I was more careful. I think the problem was the first time I had those two enemies both aggro me at the same time, and I just kind of panicked a little bit. And once I slowed down, kind of like watched and waited, it was fine. Everything was fine. All right, we're gonna have a duty here, and I hope that I'm able to do it with my gear. I didn't really think the gear would be too much of a factor in these early level quests, but it has been a little bit. Oh hey, Rurakuta's here, and level 40. We're definitely gonna try and stay out of his way. I think Chichino can take it. All right, let's help her. Says to kill the Warhound first. Pop some of these roll skills. Alright, easy peasy so far. I was a little worried that it might be difficult, but that wasn't the case. So Chichito's actually winning over there. Like, I know I hit him a little bit, but that definitely didn't count for much. Oh god, what the heck? What the heck is this thing? Avoid that. Then avoid that. Alright. Looks like Recruiter's almost finished off. Ah, nice. Nice. Why, Recruiter? Why are you so bent on bringing down Master Hamon and seeing the guild in ruins? You have it all wrong. I'm doing this for Master's own sake. It's true I left the guild for the shock of seeing Master in that pathetic state. And it's true I got involved with some unsavory types. But where else was I supposed to go? Me, a refugee without a guild to his name. But for all the ungrateful things I've done, I've never forgotten how Master Hamon took me in and instructed me in the ways of the Fist. That is why I want him to give up his foolish notion of facing Wigfire. You don't know that man like I do, Chichiro. If this fight come to pass, I fear Master won't walk away with his life. Doesn't matter that Master has grown weak and feeble. I just want him to live, even if it means having him swallow his pride. Oh, Recruiter, why didn't you just say so? But now that I know your mind, I can say with confidence that you have no cause to fear. Brock is not the plague that you think she is. It's her will to succeed that's inspiring Master to regain his former strength. And when the day of the rematch finally comes, I've no doubt he will wallop that odious Wegfire to the 7th hell and back. I pray you're right, but whatever happens, know that I cannot help you, not where I am. Hiro, Brock, I leave Master Hamon in your care. Alright, buddy. We'll take care of him. Okay, and then I can return back and turn this quest in, and then get back on track with the main scenario, which I keep leaving behind. Bonkerton. And Tato. There are a lot of sprouts around actually, which like all of my dungeons had sprouts in them. It's kind of nice to see a bunch of new people picking up the game. I assume at least some of them have to be new. That's definitely nice. It makes me, hopeful for Endwalker's release that there's going to be a good bunch of people to play with. All right, another new weapon. I guess I'll grab a shirt. Actually, maybe legs. I don't know why. Weapon's nice though. Then legs. I'll have to remember to stick all this stuff in my glamour dresser though. Once I unlock the ability to do so. All right. Report to Painted Mate. A free company invite from Defender Kate Sith. Hey there, I'm a member of your Yorokobi Destiny, a new FC that is recruiting. You have a large house, the XP bonus, and fun, helpful people. you're a casual player that enjoy being social and running roulettes daily, let me know if you're interested. Um, so, it's not that I'm not interested. Like, it doesn't sound like a bad time. But I'd really, what my ultimate goal is for a free company, I would like to be in a group of other VTubers. Um, I have, like just a couple leads on people who are also interested in creating that. Um, and I'm hoping to hear from some of them soon, I guess. Yeah. Oh, looks like I gotta fight some guys. I wasn't expecting that right away. But yeah, being in a free company, VTubers, I think would be a lot of fun. And open up some cool collab opportunities. Um, but yeah, I'm sort of like holding out hope that something like that. All right, these guys were not too much. So the big guy, he was a little bit tanky. His two friends were not really anything. Right. All's well that ends well. Oh, this guy again. Honestly, Tancred, he always shows up he always shows up at really awkward moments. Anytime someone's trying to kill me, Tancred's there. And like ostensibly he's there to help, but it seems sort of like it's the other way around, like the trouble comes with him. Right. I do think that maybe I join the Scions here soon. Maybe that's a good stopping point. Still not quite sure yet. Tell her the Scions of Seventh Dawn have found their women, and she will tell you where to find them. All right. Hey, yes, the Scions. That's a good that's a good milestone. Not saying I'll immediately stop, but it is a good point. Like it is a good amount of progress in the story. Although I guess all I really did in the story was do the one dungeon and then get kind of sidetracked with my job quest. Before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Oh, it's her. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avere, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But then I think of the woman you are, of all that you've achieved. I find that I am inspired just as Avere once was. So I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first to ask you your name. Rock Silvershard. I shan't forget. It is really interesting how much you see Etta this early on, and then I don't really think you see her much after this point in the story. You know, obviously, bigger events start taking place, but then the next time you see her, it's not very good, which I think is in Tamtara Hard. Tamtara Hard mode, one of the level 50 dungeons. And things get creepy with her. Alright, listen, Brock, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Oh, this guy looks pretty good. Actually, I really like Hrothgar. I played one for a while when they first came out. Sort of, I really want to make a male VR. I've said that before. So I'm really looking forward to Endwalker for that reason. But Hrothgar are definitely like also a favorite of mine. All right, hear more about the Scions. There they are. So if you want to know more, then do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first. And the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being Ul'Dan. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering if you can trust these Scions, you can. They're good people who have made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Waking Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a woman in demand, Brock, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget your old friend Momodi. Drop in and tell me how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right? Well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Alright, thank you for everything, Momodi. We're off to become a big deal. Really, once you join the Scions, like, the plot does take off in a lot of ways. Alright, I think I will save myself a little bit of a trip and teleport to Horizon, at least. That saves me about half of the walk to the Waking Sands. And I think someone told me that now that they've revamped the A Realm Reborn leveling experience somewhat, that you get teleport tickets to return to the Waking Sands. And if so, that's very useful because it is definitely one of the most out of the way places in the game, and you have to return here a lot for the A Realm Reborn story. Once you get to level 50, the Scions have a base in a place called Mordona, and there's an Aetheryte there that you can teleport to. But until then, and even to some extent, while you're level 50 and doing the A Realm Reborn in the game quest, you still come back here a lot. Oh, got a man with happy feet here. I was looking at this Holofell earlier. Level 17. She was level 13 when I saw her. Of course, that was 2 hours ago, but still. It's interesting to run into some of the same faces. Internet company. Those two are not. I was just. You know what? I think this is weird. I think this person, this might be how you unlock glamours. Okay, so I'll take these quests. I think also here's how you unlock dyes. Gotta speak with some people around here. Spoke with her. Deliver a bottle of orange. How do I get that? Oh, okay. So I guess this just kind of does both quests right away. That's convenient. Okay, glamour is now available. Nice. So once I color your world, bought my orange juice. Does someone around sell orange? Crafting tome vendor. Okay, those are glamour prisms. I think that's to trade like the old outdated glamour prisms. Okay, well where do I get orange juice? Probably not that guy. Probably not that guy. There's some nice looking. These are some nice looking bunnies. I'm really. This. Is there a vendor in here? No. Huh. Let me open my map. Let me zoom in a little bit. So there's this guy here. Didn't sell anything really. There's this guy who only sells gear. And there's a repair person over here. And what is this? I don't know what that symbol is. I guess I could read the quest. Maybe I'll do that. A journal? Color your world. Purchase a bottle of orange juice from the merchant at the northern gates. So this guy? Oh, okay. He's also a merchant. I see. Well, there we go. That at least makes more sense. Okay, buy one orange juice. Not that I really have a lot of glamour stuff to use right now, but you know, they are very nice features to have unlocked. And did I not accept the? Did I not complete it? Okay, cool. What were the other quests that he had? Absolutely glamorous. Swergam wants you to learn how to craft glamour prisms. Oh, I guess I have to have a crafting class leveled up to be able to do that. This is how you unlock a dungeon, and so is that. I think that's Orm Vale, and that is the Sunken Temple of Karn, I think. And what's this guy? Trauma Queen, level 47. I'm not sure what that's about. Let's talk to Tataru here. Good old Tataru. Wait, is this voice? You turn my TV up. If it's voiced, I'd like to let the voices play out. Oh, that's too loud. Okay, it doesn't appear to be. My character does look good. I will enjoy getting to go through some of the story again and seeing like Minfilia again, who isn't really present in the story anymore for some reasons. All right. I also haven't actually just walked around and like seen the early part of the Waking Sands in a while. I think later on Urianger will be hanging out over here. But not yet, apparently. Abatia. The antecedent made me an offer I couldn't refuse, said that if I joined, I'd get to fight against the Primals and the Imperials, both to my heart's content. I know I could get the same by enlisting in one of them grain companies, but I've never been partial to saluting, if you know what I mean. Audie. That receptionist is something else. Did you perchance notice how small she's written the names in her roll? I couldn't make out a single one, no matter how hard I tried. Sorry, just trying to make idle conversation. The whole affair has me all worked up. I thought for sure that it was some sort of scam, that they were rounding up hapless adventurers for some nefarious ends. But now that I've seen the facilities for myself, I must confess it looks legitimate. And are involved. I had a dream, unlike any other. I was myself, but then I became something more. When I spoke of it to others, they directed me here. Did you have one too? We've got the same face paint. We're literally the same person. How weird is that? So actually about Arenvald, I do think he shows up in the story again. Not in like major ways. But I think I remember in the Stormblood story specifically, him also having the echo, which is what your character has, where they can like see other people's memories sometimes, and also can't be affected by like the Primal's mind control. He also has that, and I remember that coming up during Stormblood, I think. All right, into the antechamber. Vesper Bay Aetherite ticket. Yeah, here you go. Only 12, unfortunately. Maybe they'll give me more. Maybe every time you come back or something like that. Is this better than what I have on? It is not.
So you're the adventurer of whom
All right, here we go. Here's some voices.
Well met, friend.
I will actually mute the music for this. I think that's the right one. Nope. Wait. Hold on. Do I have two sources capturing music? I think I might. If so, that's not good. Sorry about that, if that's been really weird. But anyways, on to the cutscene.
I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here.
I'll actually turn this up just a smidge.
No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness?
Yes, I have slept before in my life.
Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo.
So, Minfilia has a sword on her hip, and she definitely has this really cool armor. Unfortunately, I don't know if you ever really see her fight, all that much, if at all, which is a shame.
The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I, too, possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm.
Realized that even though I had stopped the music in OBS, it was still playing in my headphones, and so the bot was still broadcasting it. I think I'll probably just stop it for the rest of the stream.
But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to...
Didn't mean to skip her line there.
A man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it. And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example, are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, sir. The pleasure is mine. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say the retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. That's a Final Fantasy II reference. Pray keep it safe. Yes, I believe that's a Final Fantasy II reference. Hiring a retainer. It's really interesting. Everybody in their really basic adventure gear. Like Minfilia, she's definitely decked out as the leader. But everyone else looks like they're wearing really, really low level stuff. Thancred really just has some clothes on. Ishtola has like a branch for a staff. This was back when white mages and black mages could use wands and shields. Like that was a viable, I guess, weapon setup for them. Now they pretty much just use staves. Ida and Papalima, uh, really, really basic looking stuff on. Nurianje, he wasn't even in the cutscene. He was ghost as heck. And you really don't even see him here. But by the time you get to Shadowbringers, everybody's everybody who's active in the Scions, for whatever reason, you know, some people may not be. They start looking really cool. But it takes a while. I know Thancred gets an outfit upgrade in Heavensward, and maybe Ishtila does too. But then they both do again in Shadowbringers. Alright, I don't know why I weirdly get a Glamour Dispeller as a reward. Seems a little strange. Uh, what is happening? I don't think this is better than the belt I have. It is not.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now.
Okay, so each of
The last woman is Ida, and beside her is
each of the
Papalima.
Scions is
The
Charlene. I don't know
Interwar
if I
charged
remembered
through
that being the
slaying the
case.
12.
Hello there.
They talk a lot about the Charlayans.
Welcome.
But it's sort of like because you never go there,
Okay, my turn.
it
to
sort of feels
introduce
like
you.
an abstract
That
idea
there is
that these people
Thancred.
are Charlayan. If that makes any sense.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. I never doubted that you'd come. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her
Yashtilla's
talent,
tunic is
and
looking
together
really
established the
frumpy there.
Scions of the Seventh
He
Dawn.
needs like a belt or something that would like give it a better silhouette a little bit. It's just like weirdly stitched in the middle. Um, like tucked.
Along with the
I don't really like
artists,
that.
those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames.
Okay, so I
Thancred,
think
would you do the
here
honors?
I will start helping the grand companies and then eventually join one of them.
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered
Actually, I might fight
Ifrit
Ifrit
and
first.
Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were...
At a glance, one would assume such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to
Yeah,
believe
I think I might be about to fight Ifrit. That may be the stopping point I've
Aye, the
been
evidence
looking
left
for.
behind implicates the Emulja,
The milestone.
who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, fair lady.
Yeah, so I think I will try and go to the point where I actually fight Ifrit. I think that's a fun note to end on, or possibly a fun note to start the next stream on. All right, maybe we'll see. We'll see how the time works out. Speak with Eisenbard at Camp Drybone. Fortunately, I think I unlocked that 8th ride already, so that's convenient. Here we are. Take these bronze pieces. At some point, I know I've collected a lot of these bronze pieces. I should probably sell them at some point. That's what they're for. Oh, I did not actually pick up the next part of the quest. That would have been bad if I just left it there. Chances are, knowing me, I never would have found it again. I would have forgot where it was and at the least had to completely look it up. Where am I trying to go? I think I'm actually supposed to leave the camp, not just wander around through these tiny buildings. I think it will be somewhere over there. Did he? Ah! Cat started clawing at the screen as soon as my character started sprinting. That's alright, though. Alright, there's a level 50 guy here. Fortunately, he won't aggro, but I'm definitely going to try to stay out of his way. Okay. Oh. It looks like we got a fight on our hands. I don't know what it is with this game, but my cat always really wants to check it out. Maybe it's just like the flashing lights on the screen. But she gets very interested in what's going on. Alright, well that was an easy enough quest. One fight with some level 12 dudes. Oh, this person looks cool. I want to say that that's Lisa's outfit. Who's a character that will show up later in Stormblood. Right, one quest down. Sort of moving through them a little more quickly now. I'm a little worried about, I don't know, the actual length of the story now that I'm thinking about it. Especially later on, even just some cutscenes will be quite long. And hair. It's a weird, like, almost pompadour. I don't know if I've ever actually seen that hair. I don't know if that's a hair that players can use. That thing is, for one, it's ugly. Sorry, dude. But also it's weird. That I don't think I've seen that before. I mean, I guess I've never played like a human, like just a plain human in the game. So that could be part of why I haven't seen it. And it definitely doesn't look like a character many people, a hairstyle many people would use. But I don't know. It's weird to see something you've never seen before, I guess. And like most of the NPCs do have hairs that are actually available to you. They're usually not completely unique. Maybe for like some of the main characters, but even then, a lot of those eventually become hairstyles you can buy. I'm really kind of tripping out. I think I actually might want to screenshot that hairstyle. Because like, it's almost a pompadour, but not quite. My screenshot folder on my PlayStation is just gonna become pictures of the weird hairstyles I find on characters and NPCs. Do I need any of this? Apparently not. Speak with Mark outside the Church of Saint Adama Landama. That's a mouthful to say. Do have some hunt targets here. But I think for time's sake, I'll probably not really worry about them. I'm not hurting for EXP in any way. I'm like, I think 10 levels ahead of the main scenario quest right now. So yeah, I really probably don't even need to be going out of my way to do like leveling roulettes or anything like that. Currently, just because it's I don't know, that there's a lot of story to get through, and leveling is not really much of a problem, at least on your first class. Lay the embalmed corpse at the grave site. What grave site? Yeah, yeah, maybe. I'm looking for it. Said it was above me. Now I'm just a little bit confused. A little bit huh. Can I just use it? I feel like there's usually like a sparkle or something somewhere. Oh, maybe up here. Yes, okay. I think it's up here. I'm silly. That makes more sense. Here we go. Oh, I wasn't actually done up there. Alright, round 2 of climbing this little hill. I thought as soon as I used the item I'd be done, but apparently gotta do one more thing with it. I'll report back to this guy. Okay. Speak with Sister Orson. Where is she? Over here. Okay. One thing that's kind of funny to think about, and like I guess it makes sense because Aura and Hrothgar and Viera are all from very different places in the lore, but it's like because they didn't exist as playable races, uh species, I guess, before, whenever they were respectively introduced, just no important characters are those things. And you would have to think, like, with as many player Aura and Viera and Hrothgar that you see, that there would have to be people, you know, that existed that were also these things. Um, I don't know, just something kind of funny to think about. And let me actually, because I turned the background music off, let me actually turn the in-game music back on. That might be a smart thing to do, I guess. A character. Oh, system configuration. I actually had this music off because I had that other music playing. But while that's not on, maybe you guys would like to hear at least a little something. I know I would. And that's the wrong way. I do have a penchant for going every direction except for the correct one. I love this mount. The fat chocobo with the like lettuce dangling in front. That's a great mount. Definitely skipping any fates. I don't need to do any of that stuff right now. Oh, what? Oh, I didn't realize my map was still really zoomed in. Let me fix that a little bit. Zooming in. Okay, yeah, I think that looks good. I think what I may do is unlock Ifrit and then maybe save it for the next time I stream this game, which I'm not sure when that will be offhand, because I will be playing Returnal tomorrow, and then I'll be playing Mass Effect for a little while, or maybe like alternating between Returnal and Mass Effect. I kind of want to beat both of those games, and this game I pretty much have until November to get to level 80. Not saying I want to take that long, but I have a little bit more time. Uh, you know, and so I would like to prioritize beating a couple other games. But still, I think I might save fighting Ifrit for whenever I do stream this game again. Report to Eisenbard at Camp Drybone again. Okay. I will teleport there again. I will not use it with ride ticket. I don't really want to waste those. I know teleporting gets more expensive the farther you have to teleport. So I kind of want to save it for when I'm a little bit later in the story, and I'm, for one, having to teleport more often, but for two, teleporting, between more distant areas. I still don't need any of this gear. This is just evidence of like how far I have outpaced the main story quest with my character's level. All right, and I need to speak with Thancred. E. Okay, way out there, I see. There's actually a more to the point way out of here. I think if I go up here, that will get me out of the camp faster. Right, and now I just go this way. Yeah, that's definitely a much better exit. Oh, excuse me. For some reason, like around 3 hours really feels like my limit with streaming sometimes. Hoping that, well, maybe stamina level will go up just a little bit over time. But whenever I hit like the roughly 2.5 hour mark, I really start yawning. Yeah, just so far it kind of feels like a not a hard limit per se, but I don't know. I can feel it. Whenever I hit that point, I can feel it. Um, the good thing, the nice thing, I guess, about being a little bit out-leveled compared to the main scenario quest is that it speeds things up. It certainly speeds things up. In terms of just, like, running through enemies. Show the leaflet to Sister Orson. Okay, I have to walk back. Camp Dry Bones. I think I will just walk it. I don't think I'll teleport again right this second. I will say that I'm really glad that the video has been working. I've, been checking it every now and then. I don't know why the last time I streamed it was really as messed up as it was. But I'm glad that it hasn't happened again. It's kind of made me paranoid about it though. So like, I mean, I guess it's good to routinely check your feed anyway, just to make sure that everything is right. So it's not a good habit. It's not a bad habit to have at all. But I do just kind of wish I knew what the problem was in the first place. All right, where's this person at? Oh, here she is. Thancred again. And just so you're not like just so you're like keeping up with the story, all that's really going on right now, I'm doing a bunch of fetch quests in order to like investigate the fact that the beastmen in this area are trying to summon a primal, which would happen to be Ifrit for this one. Speak with the locals while garbed in weathered shepherd's tunic and a pair of weathered shepherd's slops. Okay, I guess I have to buy those somewhere here. I don't think that I can do. Hello, is there a merchant? Can you maybe give me what I needed? Weathered shepherd's tunic. Okay, here we go. And then the legs, I guess. Alright. Alright. And now I have to talk to everybody. See how she looks. You know, honestly, that's not, like, I would have to change the goggles. That's not too terrible of a look on her. It's a little, like, homely, I guess. But, you know, sometimes simple is nice. Like there's another person here. Maybe they're in here? Not. Well, there was a merchant. I do wonder, just in case you, like, missed the fact that you had these items in your inventory, or if you somehow got rid of them, if you could rebuy them. Because I could definitely imagine that at least 1 or 2 people in the game's history have done something like that without, maybe without reading their quest text or really just, like, thinking about it. Aha, there they are. They're up above. Alright. I speak with Thancred again. He's over here. He keeps moving around. And then speak with Thancred, garbed in a weathered shepherd's, a pair of weathered shepherd's slops. Okay. I think I should be able to get out there without really having to fight anything. So I think I'll just keep these on until I get over there. I gotta say, there is a bit more downtime in the story than I remembered. Especially after, like, the first 15 levels, it seems like stuff is happening back to back. Particularly in the old Oz story I was doing, where, like, we had to get the Queen's Crown and all that kind of thing. So it's a interesting experience, to say the least. I will kind of skip through some of this stuff. Then I've got to head back to the Wakings. So let me, for one, let me put my actual armor back on. Legs. Okay, in my inventory, I have these Aetherite tickets. Vesper Bay Aetherite ticket. This is really convenient. Otherwise, you have to teleport to Horizon and hoof it every time. It would be nice if it put you to the door of the Waking Sands, though. But I guess beggars can't be choosers. You know, it is quality of life, even if it's not the most quality of life. All right, Menthilia. Menthilia would like you to meet a distinguished individual. Oh, this is a materia quest. Gosh. I think I go to Blackbrush Station for this. Yeah, there is a little bit more fetchiness going on than I necessarily remembered. But that's all right. We can deal. We can deal with a little bit of that. And I'm still trying to decide exactly like what my main stream games will be going forward. But like I said, I will be playing Returnal and Mass Effect primarily, pretty soon. I think like the occasional lower key, Final Fantasy XIV stream will be like a nice break from those games every now and then. Um, but after today, I don't know if it will be like one of my number one stream games, at least for a little while, until I get some of those out of the way. Deliver the materia enhanced dagger to Minfilia. See, look, back and forth, back and forth. This is why they give you these Aetheryte tickets. But honestly, like at this point, I'm worried that 12 isn't even going to be enough. It might be enough to get me through this stream, but I don't know about beyond that. All right, level 28, and now Lord of the Inferno. I think this is the quest to unlock Ifrit. I knew it was coming up soon. If that is the case, then like I said, I will probably call it here and leave the actual doing of the fight for the next time. I obtained a level 18 weapon coffer. When did I get that? And also, will it be a good weapon? Pair of hard leather Sesky. I feel like that is not as good as the weapon that I have already equipped. It is not. Thanks for nothing there, Minfilia. And then lie in wait in the Invisible City. I think I went the wrong way again. I keep doing that. Because then I just end up on this path anyways. Definitely some of these early camps are a little bit oh shoot, am I going the wrong way anyways? Okay, well no, I guess this is fine. I could have exited on that side if I'd paid attention to what I was actually doing. But I didn't. It seems like that's always the case. Anytime I get a new quest, I end up walking in the complete opposite direction for a couple seconds before I actually realize where I'm supposed to be going. All right, almost here. Almost here. Looks like I have to do a duty first. Oh hey, it's this guy with the really weird hair. Nice to see that his unique hair wasn't wasted. And unfortunately, I am synced down to level 24, which means I can't actually use my AoE skill that I got, which was a level 26 skill. It's okay. It doesn't really seem like I'll need it too much for these guys. I guess I'll take out these guys over here because it seems like I'm the only one who will actually fight them. The NPCs are a little preoccupied with that one group in the middle there. That guy also seems like he's tougher than the others, so I'll wait a little bit to focus on him until these smaller fries are cleared up. Oh, and he summoned some friends because of course he did. Let's get them. Oh gosh, there's a whole bunch of them now. Like I'm sure it's gonna be fine, but it looks stressful. If I were my character, I would be thinking a little bit worried, I guess. And one more over here. Alright. Now let's clear up the big guy. Alright, easy enough. Get a nice good shot of my character. I don't know why, like, I'm in this position. Because definitely I felt like I was winning against all those guys. Oh gosh. Here we go, getting knocked out again. That is the Warrior of Light's #1 move, is getting knocked out. I feel like you could almost make a drinking game. Like if you were to do a supercut of the story, you could probably make a drinking game out of how many times the Warrior of Light passes out. Okay, the Bowl of Ember is now accessible. Nice. Oh yeah. I think I'll call it there. Like I'm saying, I will probably actually do the fight with Ifrit the next time I play. But thank you to everybody who tuned in to this stream. I know it was unplanned, so maybe, not a lot of people who might have would. But anyone who did come, I really appreciate you. Yeah, so tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. my time, I will be playing Returnal. It is a third-person shooter roguelike that is currently exclusive to PlayStation 5. So if you can't play it, maybe you'd like to come watch it. I would love for you to stop by. Yeah, I think that's it for tonight. Well, also thanks to the couple people in chat who ran the dungeons with me at the start of the stream. That was a lot of fun. All right. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.